So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be servicing a 3-cylinder 1.2 liter petrol Polo, which has been one of the most sold Polo variants in our country. It was fairly simple and everything got done within an hour, and here's a cost breakup of the same. So I'm going to start off with cleaning the engine bay with an air blower since it's really dusty and dirty in here. The car that's come in has been driven about 16 kilometers on the highway, and so obviously everything in the engine is super hot. So I'm going to let the car and the engine oil cool down a bit and start changing the rest of the filters first in reverse order. So the cabin air filter is located under the passenger side glove box, and it's held in place by a plastic trim with 2 locking clips which need to be pushed to release the old air filter. Notice the direction of the airflow marked on the old filter while taking the old one out. Here's what they look like side by side, and this old filter has been doing duty for almost a year, and as expected it's pretty dirty, and we'll now be replacing it with a Purolator cabin filter. And if you are not aware, Purolator is a very competent aftermarket brand making all kinds of automotive filters. So the VW filter costs ₹600 and this one is nearly half the price, but a quick comparison reveals that the VW filter seems a touch more sturdier than the one we are using. Installing the new filter is exactly the reverse of removal. So place the filter on this locking trim and slide the filter assembly back in, and we are done. Next up is the trapezoidal engine air filter, and it's held down by 4 simple Phillips screws which hold down this trapezoidal air filter assembly. One thing I particularly love about this design is that the screws do not come off all the way from the assembly, and there's no chance of having a screw fall down into the engine bay, and this is just a brilliant engineering insight. Clean the air intake box to remove any large debris and dust it clean with a dry cloth, and then we are ready to throw in a brand new filter. It's fairly dirty and dusty because of the annual running of more than 15,000 kilometers. This one is a genuine VW part, and here's a comparison of the old and the new part. Again, installation is the reverse of removal, so toss in the new air filter and securely tighten the plastic assembly without over tightening anything since it's plastic. Now it's time to get under the car and drain the dirty old engine oil. We need a 7mm hex key to open the drain plug, and since the oil was super hot, I accidentally dropped both my hex bit and the drain plug into the oil catch pan. So we'll just have to wait till the oil is out to collect them. Keep the oil filler cap slightly open for faster oil draining, and now it's time to open the oil filter which rests above the alternator. Now this is a massive 36mm socket which I don't have, and so I'll be using a dynamic water pump plier, and it was really easy to open this thing up using this tool. Once you crack it loose, don't take it off right away as there's quite a lot of oil in this assembly, and you don't want to get any of it on the alternator. Keep some protective layers below this oil filter assembly and shake the oil filter body in place and give it a few minutes time to let the excess oil drain down. So guys, this is the oil filter assembly and it has 3 O-rings. 2 small O-rings and a big O-ring which VW has provided with the new oil filter. The repair manual says that the 2 small O-rings need to be replaced only if there seems to be a cut. Here's a side-by-side view of the old and the new original VW filter, which isn't really expensive. Take a screwdriver and pry off the old filter and thoroughly clean the oil filter body for old oil. We also clean the oil left over inside the oil filter housing. We remove the old O-ring and lubricate the new O-ring and install it onto the filter body. The new filter has to be pushed onto the filter body and it's supposed to snap on with a click. Before we fit our filter, we want to close the drain plug and replace the copper crush gasket, which should ideally be replaced every single time. We clean the oil plug mating surfaces with a cloth and then start hand tightening the drain plug with the new gasket. Once it's fully hand tightened, we use the 7mm bit to tighten it further, and the factory spec is 30 Nm. But at no cost do you want to end up over tightening this oil plug.
Tight.
Next, we hand tighten the oil filter and add a little bit of oil to prime the filter, though this isn't a super necessary step. Again, fully tighten this plastic oil filter cap by hand and then use a wrench or a socket to tighten it slightly further. The factory torque spec is 25 Nm. Now it's time to fill the fully synthetic engine oil, and if you have a petrol Polo, then there's a wide choice of engine oils which you can use, and I'll leave a link to all of these VW approved 502, 505 oils in the description below. We'll be sticking to 5W40 full synthetic engine oil, and according to the manual, this car needs about 2.8 liters of engine oil. After putting in sufficient oil, start the vehicle and let the car idle for a few minutes before attempting to check the oil levels and top up if required. So that's pretty much it for this quick engine service video, and it was incredibly easy to service this 1.2 liter 3-cylinder petrol Polo. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.